Okay. Listen, I had a connection problem. My connection just kind of exploded, okay? While I was streaming, and it was only 5 minutes of me streaming. It was skipping the entire time. Audio wasn't even coming through. I don't know why. But I am going to have to do this stream, possibly, like this. Right, listen, maybe I could tone down the icons. Maybe that'll help it, like, stop being as bad. I don't know. But, let's see. This is my second attempt starting this stream. Yeah, it's definitely lagging. Yeah, I could see the video in the background lagging. Yeah, that video in the back is lagging. But like I said, bro, this is all I can do, man. That's all I can do. I had to, wait for my connection to reboot. And I'm back. I wonder, let me see if the connection gets better if I like get all the extra visuals away. I mean, it doesn't make much sense, but whatever. Anyway, listen. So, I'm going to start this reading right now, since I already took 5 minutes from the last stream. But you can probably see the cover page in the background. I mean, it's just the thumbnail anyway. But we got Bad Mom eating some cake over here next to Gloriosa. Okay, Rocks. We see Rocks with his white hair. Okay, white hair Rocks petting a tiger, and Rocks. I feel like Rocks and his clan, the D clan. See, the tiger's tail is almost making a D. Maybe this is just me. Maybe this is just me. But I think the D clan, they have some sort of relation to tigers, man. And I know I've seen other people saying this too recently. But I think it's true, man. I think it's true too, man. Like, Luffy's been petting tigers in a bunch of different like cover pages or pieces of art that Oda's drawn. Like, the tiger's tail was literally making a D, bruh. Like, you can't make this up. See the tiger's tail? It's making a D, man. There's no way. So, yeah, Rocks, I feel like the D clan has something to do with tigers, man. And I also seen, people saying, it's the whole tiger versus dragon thing, right? Celestial dragon and Toradora, right? But this cover page is nice. Let me not take so much time on it. Okay, before I start reading it too, let me say, by the way, like some chapters, I didn't see any spoilers really. If I think really hard, I've probably seen like one or two, but I can't remember. So that's perfect, right? It's perfect. I don't remember any spoilers. So we are 14 years ago in the Sun World Elbaf. So we're back to where? Oh, okay. We're back to where Shanks was taking a bath with Gabon. No Diddy, right? I guess this is that day. I don't know. So, 14 years ago in the Sun World, Elbaf, Gabon's house, Shanks said, "What? Captain Roger had a son?" He said, "Apparently so. That's what Garp told me, at least. I'm amazed that he survived the Navy search then. But we know how that happened. My death cannot come soon enough." That's the name of the chapter. And then we see Shanks saying, he says, "Well, in that case, I guess he's like a little brother to me." Okay, and Gabon said, "You're not wrong about that. You and Buggy were like our sons." He said, "Were our sons." Okay. Okay, little Shanks say, it's not even little Shanks. He's a little bit younger, right? A little younger. He said, "If he's got Captain Roger's blood, then I guess he'll be the next generation's king of the pirates." He said, "Hey, it ain't a hereditary position. Sometimes those with the greatest expectations placed on them fail to achieve that greatness. Too heavy of a burden on your shoulders, you can't do it." He says, "You think so? It's what makes life fun. It's what makes life so fun and unpredictable." Wah ha ha ha. He's just laughing. He got like a regular laugh. Gabon's wah ha ha. Okay. So yeah, he was right on the money too. Like Roger's son didn't even want to become the king of the pirates. Ironically, he was trying to make somebody else become it. So that was like a thing in the first place anyway, right? So my stream is skipping, but it's not skipping enough to where you can't follow along with each panel and page I'm on, since it's not any animation anyway. You'll be able to see me look at pages. So it's all good. So, meanwhile, the fateful scene, yes, that day at Elbaf's Horus Castle. Dog ha 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 ha. Oh no, Loki. I mean, Prince Loki has returned. Yeah, so they just catching us back up to exactly what happened, right? This is damn near the same panel for panel of him jumping down onto the castle. Chief Jorul's here as well. Outside of the royal chamber. Okay, we got a guard standing there. They hearing shit go off inside, like rah, yeah. And then it's Harold standing there with a sword. They said, "Why did he? Your Majesty, huh?" You see, he was coming to chain you up like you said. Why did I cut down my guard like that? It was like my body moved on its own. Was it to fulfill Emu's order to eliminate those who would stop me? For an army of warriors? Oh, wait, next page, they just getting it in. Oh, no, okay, now, hold on, wait, I skipped ahead. Next page, they just starting to stab that dude. Okay. So I was right. I mean, we all were right, but I didn't expect him to be like just fighting them off rip. I thought they were gonna like start trying to stab him because they saw him transform into a demon, but it's kind of both for the same. Like he's starting to like betray them, and they're gonna end up stabbing him and try to chain him down and all that, or they're trying to hold him back with their spears. Looks like they're stabbing him. But anyway, he says, "Am I incapable of fighting back? Can those orders even alter my very thoughts for the rest of my life? For as long as I continue to live, my presence will only make this country worse. My body is a blight upon its safety. It was a waste. It was all for nothing. 140 years of life down the drain, ripping the horns off. Damn, he's watching the kids play. Damn. All the memories. Oh boy. Oh boy, Harold. My death cannot come soon enough. Quickly kill me." They're like, huh? He says, "I refuse to let Elbaf be enslaved. Hurry before it's all taken over." He's starting to smack people. "What are you doing, Your Majesty?" He said, "Hey, Pop, I'm back." What? And then the order that he gave. "What's going on here? Harold?" Jorul said, "How can this be? I truly am immortal," what's Harold saying. He's getting stabbed up, but he's still alive. "I can feel my body recovering." And he can feel the pain too, apparently. "Run for your lives, men." He said, "Stop it. Run for your lives, men." He's picking up his blade, like it's a blade from, he's picking that shit up like it's, like he's Guts from Berserk. About to kill 100 men with one swing. Oh my God. Holy shit. And they're like, huh? No. And he swung. Boom. Swash. Oh, they all screaming. "Ah, somebody help." He says, "What can I do to die? Someone help." And it's going to be Loki that ends up helping to kill him. Or it's going to be Gabon and Shanks that going to pull up, right? And Loki, okay, here's the reactions that they saw. He's killing everybody. They're like, huh? What? And then they're talking still. So basically, Harold and I have signed the shallowest of covenants with the Great One, with this Great One in Merijois. Even with just this shallow covenant, we can't resist as long as we're within that freak's range. And then he said, what an odd power. What an odd power. So once we're out of the Holy Land, we finally had the chance to talk openly. Okay, and they're talking. He said, I knew it. You are from the Red-Headed Pirates. Okay, that's where he recognized her from. Yeah. He's like, bro, hold on, bro. Ain't you? Nah, shut up, nigga. You don't know me. He told him, shut up. I knew it. You are from the Red-Haired Pirates. Okay. Harold was delighted about the deal he made to get Elbaf added to the government once he was in the Knights of God. But to do what he has to sign... Wait, what? But to do that, he has to sign the next level of the covenant. Is that bad or something? Yeah, okay. It's after the bath. They sitting there talking, eating pie and shit. He said, through the covenant, the holy knights of God gain superhuman strength and an undying body, as well as the ability to generate an abyss. That means, to generate an abyss, a means of traveling long distances, but in exchange, no matter where you are, you cannot defy the orders of the Great One, whose voice will... Wait, okay, no, I'm reading it wrong. You cannot defy the orders of the Great One, whose voice will reach you at any range. Okay. So I feel like Shanks... Okay, Shanks did not have the ability to teleport around the sea. He must just... So listen, let me just say this real quick. I'm going to say it again later, so I can remember. Shanks was not using the Mark of the Abyss on his crew to teleport around. And I guess that makes more sense because he still gets around the sea pretty quick, and he doesn't even have his arm anymore, right? So the only obvious answer is that Shanks is using the deep sea currents, like the ship and trader people. He's using deep sea currents. He knows about them. So Emu's voice will reach you at any range, he says. Can't run from Mu. Mu sees you anywhere and everywhere. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So Shanks says, if he agrees to the covenant, Harold will be forced to do what those people say. Knowing how greedy they are, I can't imagine they would keep their word and give him what they promised. And Gabon said, And then he said, I don't think Harold should join the... And they're like, huh? Because they feel some big burst of hockey from the castle. Oh, shit. Nani? Okay, we got Loki clashing with Harold. That's the hockey they felt. Hang on a second, Dad. He yelling and shit. Okay, hang on a second. What am I supposed to react? Wait, okay, no, I'm tripping. What am I supposed to react to first? The fact that you haven't died with all those wounds, or the fact that you're trying to kill me and the guards in the castle? And the castle guards. Where's this monster strength coming from? And Jarl's pulling his sword out. What happened to you, Harold? Come back to your senses. Guards to the royal chambers. Help stop the king. He's been taken by madness. So are they fighting? Hurry, it must be that damn Loki. Save the king. Explain yourself, Harold. What happened? He's like, oh, Chief Jor-El, I've made a terrible mistake. Very soon, I truly will lose my mind. Listen closely, Loki. Do as I say. Oh. I want you to tell the people of Elbaf exactly what happened here. That I killed my own guards, that I used joining the world government as an excuse to do their dirty bidding. Ultimately, they lied to me, and look at me now. I am about to hand over the people of Elbaf to the government to be their slaves in battle. He said, what do you mean they tricked you? They never had any intention of honoring my request. It said, Your Majesty. So the guards, okay, the guards are standing right there. So they hear this shit too. Like, it's not just like Loki's word and Ja Rule has got a memory problem because it's a sword in his head. It's not just them two against like all of Elbaf. No, the guards are sitting there like, Your Majesty. They all talking like, oh shit, yo, you hear what he's saying? Okay, and then Herald said, Chief Ja Rule, feed the treasure of Elbaf to Loki. They said, what? With the power of God, I will be unstoppable. Elbaf being enslaved by the government is the very antithesis of my dream. He's coughing. He said that makes me the worst king in Elbaf history. So you must kill me to take the throne, Loki. Tell the people what a fool of a king I was. Kill me and be a hero. Loki's like, oh shit. He said, once I'm dead, my reputation means nothing to me. All that matters is Elbaf's future. Am I wrong? He's crying. He got the ugly cry going on, sniffling. You'd really do this all for... Please, Loki, you're the only one who can do it. And he's like, his back is cracking. He's going crazy right here. Okay, something happening. He started raging out. Oh, yeah, he started regenerating. He said, and he got up, swinging at everybody. Boom. He knocking everybody over. I don't even think Loki's like, yeah, I think he knocked Loki back, too. He's standing back up. Oh, shit. Okay. Knocking everybody out. Helmets flying. Blades. Naginata's getting cracked in half. Like, damn. Okay. Now, we got people yelling. It's an announcement. I don't know. They said there are criminals within the castle. Oh, Your Majesty? Oh, okay. That's him yelling that shit. Okay. He's using the rest of his sanity to, to still give her orders. He said, seal the front gate right away, Your Majesty. Okay. Okay, one of the guards said, you killed them all. You're not the real King Herald. But I am Herald, and I am now a vessel of the Great One. Oh, is his mind really over now? Like, oh yeah, his mind is over now, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I think his mind is really. He's not even like telling them like, listen, just kill me. He's not even talking like that anymore. There's no need for him to put on the act either. So yeah, his mind is gone. He said, a vassal of the Great One. His neck is crackling back together after the knife went through it. He's knocking everybody out. He said, no one shall escape to tell the tale of what happened here today. All right. So damn, all those guards are dead. Never mind. It is Loki and Ja Rule who has a sword in his head. It's their word against all of Elbaf. I think he's about to kill everybody. Like, Emu's making him, yo, this dude said, hurry, run. And then Herald just stepped on his head and that shit popped like a balloon, bro. Oh, shit. There's nothing left, bro. His head turned to dust. Oh, shit. He said, I will give this country over to Emu. Ja Rule said, hurry, Loki. Why do I have to eat some devil fruit? Then I won't be able to swim anymore. What's gotten into him? He's like a totally different person. Okay, and then Emu possessed Harald said, don't you dare eat that, Loki. That fruit belongs to me. And he said, you just told me to eat it. If you eat that fruit, it will be the end of the world, Harold. Okay. Oh, that's Ja Rule saying it. Wait, who is saying that? It said, if you eat that fruit, it will be the end of the world, Harold. That is Ja Rule. He said, do it, Loki. Make sure Harold doesn't get that fruit. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, whoa. So Ja Rule said, he's still talking to him like it's Harold, but, you know, it's Harold possessed by Emu. He's controlling his thoughts at this point. Ja Rule stabbed Harold in the back. That's what's going on. He stabbed him in the back. He said, if you eat that fruit, it will be the end of the world, Harold. Do it, Loki. Make sure Harold doesn't get that fruit. And then Harold turned around and threw a sword in his head. Right in his dome. That's how the sword got launched in his shit. Oh my God. He's not even immortal, bro. He has a sword in his... Oh, shit. That hurt. You know that hurt. Oh shit. So listen, his memories. That's crazy. So he is like his personality is completely altered. He still is Harold, but he has a different personality now. Like he like everything's been altered because he's talking to Ja Rule the same. He said, "You gave me that blade years ago, Ja Rule. Now you can have it back." Stuck it in his head. Like, damn, that's cold. That's cold. Okay, and he said, "I'll eat that fruit and take Ragnar for myself." And he's chasing Loki. He said, "You cannot have it." And Loki's just trying to run to get this fruit. Okay, and then Gabon and Shanks pull up. No questions asked. They just start attacking Harold. They know what's going on damn near already. They said, "It's Gabon." They got Harold knocked down. They said, "Ja Rule, what's happened to you?" "The helmet saved my life. Please stop Harold. Don't let him go after Loki." Harold on the ground. Okay. Gabon said, "Based on what you said, it looks like the worst case scenario has come to pass." Shanks said, "Harold, look around you. Come to your senses." "Ah, Shanks, this undying body is a wonderful thing. I feel superior to all other life." Said, "Damn it, is there any way to break the control over him?" Loki's in the throne room. Oh, he's in the room with the chest. Uh-oh. It's his now. Chains unbuckled. Okay. Is this that stored relic? Oh, is this that storied relic of Elbaf, the forbidden devil fruit? And he opened it up, and the hammer comes swinging at him. Whoa. Okay. So there's a lot of okay. Whoa. Listen. Whoa. Listen. The hammer's alive. It most likely ate a devil fruit of its own. We knew the hammer ate like it had a devil fruit ability or some shit, but we didn't know that motherfucker was alive. So that makes a whole lot more sense. This is how Loki has Mjolnir, and it's gonna act just like Thor's hammer does. He's gonna be able to like throw it and it's gonna come back to him. It's moving on its own, right? So that's one thing out of the way. And then he still has an actual chest with the devil fruit in it. So Loki does eat the devil fruit. Unless something else happens next chapter. We don't know. But Loki is going to eat that devil fruit apparently. Apparently. He has the hammer. The hammer is protecting the devil fruit. Yeah, this is over, man. This is over. So hold on, let me do what I do, man. Let me take some screenshots. Okay, let me take a couple of screenshots so I could talk about this chapter all in one go, and I'll chop it out and make it into a video like I always do. So just give me a second. Let me say something real quick while I'm taking these screenshots. So like anybody who's like been saying, "Oh, this whole arc, it's been boring," or whatever. I've heard a couple people say that, or like, they've been disappointed left and right. Yeah, okay. Nobody cares. I mean, that's your opinion, yeah, sure, but like, nobody cares, bro. Like, come on, man. Look at what's going on right here. This is crazy. This is a good payoff for us to see all of this history. And mind you, like God Valley, God Valley could still have been done more detailed, but this wasn't a flashback for God Valley. Like, God Valley was involved. We got to see it. But that also means we'll probably never see God Valley again. Probably, right? But this was like really all for this. This was all Harold's history, rocks, how he's involved. It's leading up to all of this. Like, the bigger picture is Emu is a big problem, okay? That's the bigger picture. Emu is a fucking problem. And this is what they're up against. And people have tried to stop them before, but it didn't work. Let me hurry up and take these screenshots though, real quick. Oops, I messed that one up. Okay. Listen, I can also say, like I said earlier, Shanks, like, I need to know I mean, I'm sure he's already met Luffy at this point, right? He's already met Luffy at this point, 100%. And to all the people saying that the Gumu Gumu no Mi is the Elbaf fruit that's in the chest, I'm sure now you know it's not just because Loki's standing in the room, because like I said, something could happen next chapter. But we know that Shanks got the fruit off of a government ship. He stole it because he knew where it was. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what we were led to believe, right? So it just wouldn't make sense for him to get it here. I feel like it still could be a possibility. You know, you never know. A hammer that's like using lightning and the power to like be like rubber. That sounds like a good combination. Who knows? But I'm almost done with these screenshots, and I'm going to talk about the whole chapter in like I'm making a video. And 3 more screenshots. This is the last 2 pages. Man, I can't believe Harold's mind actually got taken over too. Like, so it makes sense though, right? Because when we seen, like, he's not Dome Reverse. Oh, so you know, that's a question, right? That's a new question. Like, Dome Reverse completely flipped and took people's minds over, but the Covenant can do the same thing without the Reverse, without the demon, you know, look and all that sort of stuff. Because he didn't grow fangs or horns like we thought. His silhouette just looks like that because he has a big ass mustache, and Oda likes making his mustache look like way bigger from his silhouette, like from behind. He likes making it look like that. I don't know why. He looks like Dracula with his silhouette. So Oda just likes doing that, I guess. Oh, like 2 more screenshots, I swear. Okay, I lied. 2 more now. This last 2. All right, listen. I'm done. I'm going to go full screen now. Let me go full screen. And I'm going to start my video. Y'all get to see me make all the mistakes before I make the video because I'm doing it live, okay? You get to see me scroll around to the menu like an idiot. Okay. I know, my bad. It's the worst part of the stream, but hey. It's okay. It's going to be a video. It's going to be a video. Okay, listen. I'm ready. Okay, 100% ready now. 100% ready. Listen, that's a bad screenshot. But that one's better. Listen. I'm gonna start this video. Whoa, this chapter is crazy. Okay, listen. One Piece chapter 1160 something. I forgot. But it was amazing. The cover page, by the way, I know I've seen a lot of people saying this because I also think it's true too. That's why I'm talking about it. But the whole idea of the D clan being like related to tigers in some way, at least symbolically, because you know the whole Toradora, tiger dragon, you know, all that sort of shit, right? I believe it. And then the fact that I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at this right here. The tail looks like a D. So maybe that's just me. But I seen a D shape in the tail, okay? But we got Bad Mom sitting over here eating cake. We got everybody, the whole crew. Stussy Whitebeard, you know, Captain John counting his money, counting his stacks. We got everybody up here. Kaido posing like he's on the cover, you know, and he is on the cover. So here we go. So the chapter starts off with Gabon and Shanks, you know, taking their bath. And Shanks finds out that Roger had a son. Okay. And he's talking about how, you know, Ace is like a little brother to him. They don't say his name, but he's talking about how he's like a brother to him. We find out this little piece that we didn't, I guess we kind of knew it before. But to hear Gabon say it, like, yeah, you're our sons, basically, you know, like, that kind of shows you a different relation to the characters, I guess, right? And they talk about how being the king of pirates is not hereditary, okay? And Gabon was 100% right, because Ace did not even want to become the king of pirates. And that was the thing that we already knew in the past. So Oda just brought that back around full circle, kind of. But we're back on that fateful day, as it said, during the castle. And it kind of starts up exactly how the last one started up. But, of course, we're getting, after, you know, Loki arrives, we get the perspective of Harold as Loki and Ja Rule are walking up to the door this whole time. And Harold is in the room, and after he told one of his men to come chain him up, he immediately starts moving on his own to strike him down. Okay? And he's even saying, can these orders even alter my thoughts? And we're going to talk more about that later, because that exactly happens. His thoughts even get altered when Imu's taking over his body. So Harold is trying to resist by giving orders to his men, and he realizes that all the 140 years of his life that he spent is going down the drain, and it's all wasted for now. So he has one more shot at trying to make everything right before he, you know, basically just ruined his entire nation. Because that's what's about to happen. My bad, that's what's about to happen. So he gives them orders to come and kill him. And now we're picking up to exactly what Loki saw in the room that day. Harold was getting stabbed, okay? But he's already immortal, as Harold also says. He notices that he's immortal. And as we can see here, Harold is not Domi Reverse, but Oda likes drawing Harold like he's Dracula from behind with his silhouette because of his spiky cape. And, like, you know, his beard is always way bigger when he draws him in a silhouette form. Okay, so he just likes doing that. That's not really the horns like we thought. Okay, he never gets horns, by the way. I'll talk about that later, because I thought he was going to get Domi Reverse, but being a holy knight, being in the Holy Knight Covenant is, I guess, similar enough to being Domi Reverse, right? He can take your mind over. You have an immortal body. You start to talk and, you know, act evil, quote unquote, right? And, like, you know, talking about Lord Emu and all that sort of shit. But yeah, so he can even feel his body regenerating. So he is completely immortal. And he doesn't want to do this, obviously. His mind is still in there, okay? It's also similar to what we saw with Rox, okay? So Rox is another perfect example. His mind is there, but he's doing whatever he wants to do, okay? Only difference is Rox was he never spoke really outside of the voice of all things. He was still speaking as himself to Roger and Garp. But, like, as we're going to see with with Harold later, Harold actually starts assuming a different personality. Like, you know, he's still Harold, but he starts assuming a different personality. And hold on, I messed up 2 screenshots. But, okay, so we get Shanks and Gabon still talking, right? And now we know what Harold was talking about that day when he saw Shanks and Mary Joie. He recognized them from being a red-haired pirate, okay? So he must have seen the red-haired pirates before, or at least, like, knew about them, because, you know, Harold was on the sea all the time. He was basically a pirate to an extent. So, yeah, he heard about him before and he recognized him, but he was probably confused why he saw a pirate in the Holy Land, right? That didn't make any sense. And it's also why when he saw Shamrock, he said, yo, I feel like I've seen you before. So, you know, that all makes sense now. So The Gabon and Shanks conversation is slowly catching up to what we seen that day, but Shanks is giving us a little more information that we didn't get last time about how, he knows that Harold was in the same covenant as him, but Harold needed to get in a deeper covenant to achieve the goal of having Elbaf join the world nations. And he's talking about how that covenant, the Holy Knights of God, gain superhuman strength, an undying body, and the ability to teleport with an abyss and, wide and long distances. But as he also says, Emu can give you orders that you cannot defy. His voice can reach you at any range. Now, when I saw this, I also thought about how I had an idea or a theory before that Shanks was using the Mark of the Abyss to teleport his crew around. Like, that's the idea. Everybody says Shanks kind of gets around the sea really fast. So I thought the idea would be maybe he uses the Mark of the Abyss. He's teleporting around. He's using some demonic ability to do it. But now we know that's not even true because that comes from the Holy Knight Covenant. That's why we saw Gunko and Shamrock summoning Summers and whatever the other guy's name, Killingham. So they summoned them all the way to Elbaf, and even higher than the Holy Knights of God, right? The Gorosei were able to summon each other the same exact way because Saturn summoned the other members, and they also got unsummoned. So I guess if you were at a location through the summoning seal, maybe because you're not supposed to be there, if the seal is broken, you get sent back. I don't know, because Joy Boys Hockey sent all the Gorosei back except for Saturn. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, as far as Shanks goes, yeah, we know he wasn't using the Mark of the Abyss. Especially now we know he's not because his arm is bitten off anyway, right? So that wouldn't make any sense. The answer for how Shanks gets around so fast is simply he's using the deep sea currents that merchants and other people use, okay? And traders and all that sort of shit. So he's using deep sea currents, and that's it. But that's a side note. So he knows that they get forced to do what they want to say, and immediately they start feeling the hockey from the throne room. Now, I thought the hockey in the past was somebody else getting summoned or Emu doing something, possessing Harold over, making him become, a dummy reverse 8 Harold. But it's a clash between Harold and Loki. So Loki is immediately clashing with Harold, and he's confused about two things. And like he says, like, you're getting stabbed up, attacking your guards, and you're attacking me. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, you're getting stabbed and you're not dead. You're killing everybody, and like you're super strong. He's confused. So they managed to tackle him and get him down because the Harold is not fully possessed yet. As he said, very soon I will truly lose my mind. So he starts to tell Jorul and Loki about his little impromptu plan. He's going to tell them, hurry up, you need to go and get the devil fruit and Ragnir, the hammer, okay? So he starts explaining to them as quick as he can, and they have to take everything he's saying at face value without asking questions because you have to just comprehend and understand what he's talking about right now. He said he made a mistake. Tell everybody that I killed my own guards. He wants to make Loki the hero because obviously he knows Loki's reputation, and he wants Loki to kind of like be the leader of Elbaf at this point. That's what he's basically saying. Like, after he's done, he know Loki's gonna take over. He wants Loki to go down as a hero. And this guards in the throne room too, who were a witness, okay, they would have been able to testify on Loki's behalf. So it wasn't just Loki's word and King Jorul's word against the entire world. But now, as we're soon going to see, all the guards can't testify anymore, and Jorul, with a sword in his head, barely remembers what happened anyway, okay? So Loki was really keeping it a secret. He did not do what his father told him to do. He didn't tell everybody exactly what happened. And maybe even if he did, we're going to see that later, maybe even if he did, they probably just didn't listen to him because it's Loki, right? Loki telling tall tales again, right? So they find out that he got tricked, and he tells him to go get the treasure of Elbaf, like I said. And if he gets possessed by Emu, he's going to be unstoppable because he's going to end up trying to get the devil fruit for himself. Harold will, when he gets possessed by Emu. So he's telling him to take the throne, become the hero. He wants to only save Elbaf. Loki hears him, they go and start to do it. But Harold, obviously, at this point now, he's become possessed fully by Emu. And as I was saying earlier, his possession is a little different from what we've seen with Dome Reverse, but it's also not too dissimilar because he gets the super strength, he gets the irresistible orders and actions, compelled by Emu, and his personality has switched a little bit. Like when Dory and Bragi, they started talking different, and Emu named them the Red and Blue Ogre and told them to become the kings. Dory and Bragi they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. We feel incredible. Like I'm gonna become the king. Fuck it." So we see Harold, or Emu Harold, right? Because I'm sure at this point, right now, already, it is Emu telling everybody to seal the front gate, and somehow he's saying this, and they hear him. And this text box kind of confused me because it feels like he's saying it through some sort of like intercom system. But maybe they're just hearing him echoing throughout the castle, right? So it's just like, his voice is going everywhere. But I kind of questioned, like, did they hear him inside of their heads directly, but didn't realize? But I don't know. I feel like if they heard them directly in their heads, Oda would have made that a little bit more clear. So now he's yelling loud enough, everybody heard him. So Emu wants to seal everybody inside of this room through Harold. And as Harold says, I am Harold, and I am now a vassal of the Great One. So his mind is completely gone. When Harold said, can his mind get taken over? I didn't think that was a thing. But his mind is getting taken over. But at the same time, actually, so I did question that when I was reading this. But now that I think about it, it makes perfect sense because a character like Gunko, she had a personality shift when she heard Brook's music. It took her out of the possession and the mind control. She's like a thrall, right? It took her out of the enthrallment that Emu has over her. And she kind of started realizing and, remembering Brook. And obviously she still knows Brook and remembers him when the possession was in full effect because she listens to his music. But, her personality snapped out of it and she started to like call out for Brook like she did in the past, I guess, right? So yeah, it does make sense. So that also brings into question, right? People like Summers doesn't need his personality switched. He's already just an asshole, right? That's just him. He doesn't, like, if Shamrock became a Holy Knight, he's already an asshole. He doesn't need his personality switched. Like, so that's for other people. That's for people that Emu subjugates, right? So Emu is quite literally trying to make everybody like stay in the room and die. And this dude gets his fucking head crushed in a really gruesome way. I wonder how the anime is going to do that. I hope it's not a black screen. But Emu is taking Harold over completely, man. And he's trying to act his own will out in his throne room. He's telling, like, Loki even, don't eat that fruit. It belongs to me, okay? And he wants Ragnar and the devil fruit. So, yeah, Harold is completely contradicting himself right now. And it's just crazy to see. I didn't think he would really get possessed like that. I thought he would be conscious the whole time. Still kind of like not wanting to do it, but his body's being puppeteered. His body's being puppeteered and his mind is being controlled, like, directly. So that's kind of crazy. But then we finally see how the sword gets put inside of Ja Rule's head, okay? Ja Rule himself even says if Harold eats the devil fruit, it's going to be the end of the world. It reminded me of Trunks from the future when he was yelling and talking about the androids. He doesn't want Harold to get the fruit. It's going to be all over. But then he gets a sword slung into his head. And he said his helmet saved him, but I think that's bullshit. If you're asking me, I think that's bullshit. What is that helmet made out of? The sword still went clean through that shit. And you telling me that saved you? No. But anyway, yeah, Harold starts chasing Loki, okay? We're coming up to the end of the chapter. But Shanks and Gaban pull up to stop Harold in one swoop. But, of course, it doesn't stop him for long. He's immortal. They hit him with a big hockey attack, I guess. Well, maybe not even. There's no hockey in the area. But they hit him, and it hurt. That's all you need to know. And he fell down. And they find out, obviously, what Shanks was telling Gaban. has come into full effect. His body has been taken over. And we still see another shot of Harold talking as he's talking like he's Harold. Because even in the last panel, I forgot to say, he was speaking to Ja Rule like he still knows him. He's still Harold, but he's like just evil now. He said, "You gave me that blade years ago. You can have it back." He threw it in his head. That's cold. But yeah, so he's even talking to Shanks like, "Yeah, I feel great. I feel amazing," you know, because he's under that possession. So we get directly to the end of the chapter now. And I think we all kind of had the idea of the hammer Ragnir having a devil fruit, but I don't think anybody knew that the hammer was alive. Right. So I don't know what type of devil fruit it has. And it sounds like it's making a sound. Like, is the hammer laughing, or like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Is that just the sound it's making, like cutting through the air? But it got swung at Loki, and I think the hammer is the guardian of the devil fruit inside the box. Okay, it's the guardian of the treasure, and Loki obviously eats the treasure too. Now, I know a lot of people have been thinking that the treasure is the Gumu Gumu no Mi, and at this point, I feel like for a couple reasons that wouldn't make sense anymore. Mainly because we learned that the Gumu Gumu no Mi was stolen off of a government ship. Unless something crazy happens at the end of this chapter and the fruit gets stolen at the last minute by like Gunko gets summoned there, and like, unless it's some shit like that. Or like, you know, somebody steals it from Loki last second. It seems like Loki is literally going to eat the fruit. And if he doesn't, it would have to somehow make its way onto a government ship for it to be aligned with Shanks having it, right? So I just don't think this is the Gumu Gumu no Mi. Whatever it is, it's a crazy devil fruit, okay? It's got to be, and we're going to see that pretty soon, because Loki is about to go, I think, to the top of Elbaf and help Luffy and the rest of the crew out to fight Gunko / Emu right now. So we're going to see that when the flashback is over, because we're getting to the end of this flashback really soon. And this arc, this whole Elbaf arc is ending up. It's just wrapping up. I don't know if you've seen the news, but Oda said that the next arc is going to be happening not too long from now. Okay, we're getting a One Piece movie. All right. The next arc is going to be probably Laugh Tale. He said, like, it's going to be, we're going to see the island that the King of the Pirates went to, okay? Only him went to. Okay, we're getting a lot of stuff going on with One Piece, man. But this chapter was crazy. I want to see what Loki can do at this point with the devil fruit. He didn't want to eat it. He wants to be able to swim because he wants to be a pirate. He wants to set sail and all that, right? But now he can't. So, and he's a giant too. If he falls in the water, it's over for him. It's over. But yeah, I guess there's not much else for me to say here in this chapter. I'll wrap the video up here. Yeah, like I said, One Piece news though. We got that One Piece news, man. We had an Elbaf sneak peek video, teaser trailer. Go watch that. Okay. The man with the burn scar is going to appear in the manga for a fact. Oda said it. But like I said, I think I'll end the video here. I'm out. All right, into the live stream. I'm back to the live stream, right? Because I'm not going to end the live yet. I might end it. Not too many people typing or whatever this day. But that's it. I'm going to chop that whole video out right there. Like, I'm going to chop that whole video out. It's probably like 20 minutes. And I'm uploading that to YouTube after this live stream is over, man. That's how you do a video live. But, you know, if I think of something else to add in that video, I'm going to put it in the comments later. But I think I covered everything I wanted to say. Man. Oh, yeah, like, I do want to know who's going to end up killing him. Like, who's going to kill Harold, right? That's a good, like, I should have said that in the video. I gotta add that in the video now later. Yep. Who is gonna kill Harold? You know, I could say it now and trim it up, right? Okay, wait, let me do that, right? Nah, that's too much work, forget it. Who is gonna kill King Harold? How is King Harold gonna die? I don't know. Is it going to be Loki after he gets the devil fruit? Maybe. That could be crazy. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna actually add that part to the video. It's okay. But the stream, though, I think the stream is. I might just end the stream now, bro. There's nothing left to do. I don't need to stream any longer than necessary. People like watching the streams after they're done anyway, too. And I'm done reading the chapter, so hey. I wonder what the. Yeah, I need to know what the devil fruit is. But this panel, when they animate this shit, that's gonna be crazy. This whole saga, when they animate it, like, we're gonna get God Valley in a seasonal anime. Think about that. One Piece is about to become seasonal. We're gonna get God Valley, like this whole Elbaf flashback, the whole beginning of the Elbaf arc, starting with the Lego shit. You know, then we're gonna see the giant animals, and then we're gonna go to the village, and then they're gonna meet Loki, and then all this bullshit is gonna start happening. It's gonna be crazy. And just imagine seeing God Valley in the middle of all this. Like, we're gonna get a whole season of God Valley. It's probably like 12 episodes, bro, of Rox D. Xebec animated in One Piece. Man, by the time, I think we're gonna see Rox animated in like 2028, 2029, bro. I'm not lying to you. It's gonna be 2028, 2029 at this rate, because 2026 is Elbaf is starting. By 2027, we're gonna be like, shit, I don't even know, bro. I'm making shit up. I'm projecting. I'm trying to estimate, man. It's gonna be crazy, though. I know that. It's gonna be crazy. I give it late 2027, early 2028. We're gonna see Rox animated. I give it that. Or just 2028 in general. I mean, that's say early. We're gonna see him, man. Man, this is crazy. And then look at this dude looking like Stone Cold Killer. Like, look at Harold looking like a crazy man, bro. Man. I really thought he was gonna have horns come back. We know Loki's horns are real. And we know a lot of these people's horns are not real. It's literally just helmets. People were wondering if they had helmets like Loki. Well, now we know. If you see horns on a helmet, that shit's probably not real, man. Like, look at these dudes. Now we know. Okay. Loki's the only one, like, I guess, like, he has like a little separation thing around the tip of the helmet too. It's like a hole around it. You gotta watch out for that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm in this stream because now I'm looking at helmets and shit. Oh, I wonder if his horns are real. I wonder. He has like a little hole around where the horns are. They could be. They could be it, because all three of them have horns would make sense. He's old as fuck. He had horns. Loki has horns because his father had horns. Ja Rule's horns, I think, are real. Let me get another picture of Ja Rule. Where is he at? Oh, I don't think I have a good one in this chapter. Like right here, I guess. Right? How he's like a little, it's like an indication of like a hole. I think that his horns are real too. I never thought of that. He's super fucking old. He's as tall as Loki, basically. Yep. Bro, I'm in this live stream though. If you want to watch the video, go watch it. It should be uploaded like 10 to 15 minutes after the stream is over. Or you can watch the stream over, because I was reading the chapter. But I'm done reading it. I'm out. I'll catch y'all next live stream. My next live stream, I'll talk about it, like I'll schedule it in advance so it's not just random. But I'll probably be catching up on JJK Modulo. I don't know how to say that last part, but you know what I mean. I'll probably catch up on that. It's like 16 chapters out right now. I'll probably read that all on live stream and catch up. And then make a big ass video after the end of the stream with screenshots. And then I'll trim that part out of the stream and upload it as video. Me talking about catching up and shit. But yeah, I think I'm done here. I'll see y'all around. I'm out.